Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you. It's for Friday, the 28th day of August. Here we go. Most shuls will have the custom that there will be a bal tokea and a makri. That means there'll be someone blowing the shofar, but there'll also be someone telling the shofar blower what sound comes next. So you'll hear him saying tkiya, and then you hear the tkiya, then you hear him say shvarim, and then you hear the shvarim blown. The reason for that is because, the person blowing the shofar is very busy with getting the sounds out right and all that, and he could be confused as to exactly where he's at in the order. So it's a good idea for the bal tokea for the makri to be telling the bal tokea, that's the caller outer, is telling the shofar blower, which thing is coming next. You might see that in a lot of shuls, that first tkiya, the one who's calling out the names of each sound doesn't say that first one. And if you're smart, you could figure it out. It's because no one's mixed up yet. It hasn't begun. And so to call out that first tkiya can be considered unnecessary because it hasn't started yet, and the bal tokea, the shofar blower, certainly knows that the tkiya is coming first, and that's why in some shuls you won't hear him say that unnecessary word. But by the time they get to that second sound, which is the shvarim, then the caller outer will start saying all the sounds. The caller outer, that makri, should be very well versed in the laws of shofar, the shofar blower too, but also the person calling out the words should know the laws of shofar blowing very well, so that he will be able to tell the shofar blower if he's got to redo a tkiya because it was too short or something like that. You might notice that they always blow the shofar from the middle of the shul where the Torah reading table is, and that's because the zechus, the merit of the Torah, is that way combined with the shofar blowing, because they're both happening from that same spot, and it kind of brings up even more power to the shofar blast because it's coming from the place where all the Torah teaching has been coming from in the shul. When the shofar blower blows the shofar, it is best for him to use the right side of his mouth for the shofar blowing. If he has to use the left, he could, but the right side is still considered better. Whether he's righty or lefty, right side is considered better. It is best for the wide end of the shofar to be facing upwards. Try to arrange it that way, that the wide end of the shofar faces up. And you may have noticed that we often blow the shofar at Musaf, and Musaf is not like the beginning of the morning. It's like well into the morning, and usually when we are zealous about doing our mitzvos, we like to do them early in the day. The lulav we try to get done early in the morning, and yet that first mitzvah of lulav, and yet here we are delaying the musaf, the shofar blowing all the way to musaf. And the reason is because there used to be times of oppression when Jews were blocked from blowing the shofar, and guards would be posted at the shuls to make sure that the Jews were not blowing the shofar, and therefore they moved it to Musaf when the guards wouldn't be watching them. Hence the custom, and that's why we're still doing it that way today, having the shofar blast during the Musaf time. Thanks for logging on, and log on again after Shabbos for more. Bye-bye.